Hi, Stitchers.
Hi, I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura. Welcome to the Pattern Queens episode 131. Today is Sunday, August 27th. I had to think what month we were in. And this is a channel about cross stitch
And friendship and rambles and lots of shenanigans. And I actually know what today is because it's my brother's 30th birthday.
Ooh, exciting. So we want to welcome you all to the video. Thank you for coming and joining us. We appreciate you all being here. Make sure to drop us a comment and we will hit you back. It may take a little while because sometimes we're a little slow, but we do answer. So what's new with you this week?
Well, we did it. We survived the hottest week of the year. It has been just so hot. But this morning I had to decide whether or not I was dressing James in shorts or pants.
There you go.
They're going to the park today, so it's perfect. But really nothing new other than we beat the heat.
For me, I survived the first week with kids at school. And because of the heat, it was indoor recess all week, which makes for some stir crazy kids.
Right.
And also, I told you guys last week, I helped out in the kindergarten rooms this week. And so that was quite interesting because they did soft start and kindergartners rotated between the three teachers to see where there was a best fit with other kids and teachers. So Katie did a lot of work and changed out the mantle, so it's all taken care of. We have this adorable, it's a hand sewn, well, it's not hand sewn, it's a sewn piece, but made by one of our campers, and I didn't ask permission, so I'm not going to say who. And this one, I don't know how well you guys can see that. This is a wooden snail, and it is from our friend Jennifer. This is from our friend Stephanie. I'll say that. That's how far I'll go. But we loved it. So we got a couple of snails at camp, and that was a fun thing. I was trying to figure out what we have by the door that's just like hanging out there showing. I obviously didn't check the whole background before we started, but we have a tree full of sunflowers.
That's fun. And the camp pieces are from, well, my arm doesn't go.
Oh, here.
All the way over there. Yeah. That we
here is the snail in his little frame. And here is the big piece, the sampler. Both stitched by Keisha. So, and the Santa stamp collection is
there, and the Christmas snail.
Yes.
So
finished by Lois. That was so cute.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a lot of rambling just to start.
That's very true.
I already asked, so I know that neither of us have finishes this week. And I have one piece of stash that Katie gave me, and she had an ulterior motive. I'm trying to get hold of the right part. Oh, and I never looked, but she got me thread drops, and they are all there's supposed to be two different patterns in here. It's hard for me to tell what would be what, but they're all snowflakes. And it's because she wants me to start winter in Stars Hollow. Yes. So she bought me thread drops so that I would be I would have incentives to start. These were made by Crossed in Stitches, and Katie got herself several sets of really cute thread drops. So go check her out, Crossed in Stitches. If I think about it, I will put it in the show notes so that you can see.
Those are very good.
And it came in a bright, pretty shiny package. So
and you always know that's good.
Yes, it's fun to get stashed that way, right? So that's my stash for the week.
Very nice.
There we go. Okay, you ready with some whips?
I'm ready with some whips. So I didn't really work on a whole lot this week. It has been hot, and I just kind of melted into my couch when I got home. So the first thing I worked on, though, is bacon and eggs from Mill Hill. I'm getting really close to a finish on the, well, a finish with the floss anyway. I have some white to do down here and then some white to do up there.
It's so cute, and I love the color of the plate.
Yes, I love it too. And so this is a needle minder that my husband got me. And James thinks it's hilarious to cover up the stitched egg with the needle minder. So we work on this sometimes in the evening. He really likes to help with that one. But mostly he likes to pull the needle through and then he sticks it on the back and I say, okay, pop it up. And then he just giggles because he's not going to do it. Where'd you hide it? That's our game. So the next one I worked on is Gamer Nouveau from Medusa Dollmaker. And it doesn't look like I'm doing a lot. But I finished out down here and then I moved back up here. So I've got a couple hundred stitches in it this week.
Do you have a plan for how you're going to stitch this? Like, are you going to diagonal it all or?
So my plan is just to go, I go down it's 40 stitches in a column, or 400 stitches in a column. I'm an accountant, but my brain isn't doing math this morning. So I'm going down basically 4 blocks of 10 and then going across. And my general plan is to go over until I run out of room in the hoop and then bop down. So.
And these nerd hoops are huge.
Yes, this is one of the bigger ones. So that's what I'm doing. It's just kind of a.
And this is actually a grime guard Keisha's using.
Yes.
She's talked about this before.
So this is actually like a grime guard that goes around. But whenever I started, it was too close to the edge here and I was having a hard time stitching. So I just kind of pulled it off and pulled it down. And it just happily worked that way. It's holding all of my extra fabric. You can see all my extra fabric kind of hanging out in there. And holding my parked threads even. So I just kind of lucked into that.
Necessity is the motherhood of invention,
that's
right?
That's true. So anyway, that's where I am on that. And then, and this is on, I forget how to floss tube every time, guys. It's on 28 count at easy grid 1/1 full cross.
You do better than I do. I don't even tell them what I'm stitching on most of the time.
All right. And now I have a very, very sad thing. So I have been working on Castle Homecoming from the Frosted Pumpkin. It's on a piece of 32 count Valor from Picture This Plus. And here's where I am. It looks so great,
it's so
right?
cute.
Except this whole line up here, around the outside, and this right here, I found out on Thursday it's in the wrong color. And so it should be a lot darker than it is. And I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm just going to continue with the wrong color or if I'm going to rip it out. If I rip it out, it's probably about 300 stitches I'd have to take out.
What about taking one strand and just doing the top cross?
Maybe that could work.
Because then at least you don't have to take anything out.
Right. I just have to go over it. Maybe that's a good solution. So anyway, that's the heartbreaking thing that happened. And I found that out on Thursday while we were stitching together. And I put it down and I looked at my phone the rest of the time because it was the only thing I brought. And then it stayed in timeout.
I did offer to let her stitch on one of my pieces.
But I was just,
too
heartbroken. So anyway, that's what happened to me today. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to accidentally grabbing the wrong thing. I'm not sure how the floss got in the wrong bag or if I just grabbed from the wrong thing, but anyway, that's what happened.
You could have had some helpful hands.
I could have, but that was probably all me. So anyway, those are my whips this week.
Okay. Well, my whips, and you had that in your cute fruit bottom girls.
Well, my fruit bottom girls holds Gamer Nouveau. And actually, this holds the great big nerd hoop. So,
which we're loving those nerd hoops.
Oh, for sure.
They're so nice and light. I had the epiphany this week that it's a rectangle and that you could turn the rectangle so that the long side is up so that you can stitch further up the fabric.
We're always learning.
It was fabulous. So I worked on 4 Seasons Folk Autumn from Hands On Design. This is my the class piece that we are doing pre-stitching for Katie and I for the retreat we're going to coming up in just a couple of weeks. And that is what I have.
It's so pretty.
I am far enough now. Okay, so one of the bands that we'll put in will go here. And the other band will go here. So I am far enough that I could do that. And it would be okay. But I would like to finish it I just have been not wanting to work on it,
Yeah.
which means I've been wanting to work on everything else.
Oh, that's nice though.
And I can never remember who this bag is from, but I picked it up at Color and Cotton. Katie and I have almost matching bags. We just have different colorways of it. And the inside is bees. I love that.
So fun. I love the little tassel on the
Yes, and there's a bee hanging off of it. It's a cute little zipper pull. So there it is. Then my next one that I just kind of went to town on is seasonal etchings from Heart in Hand. And last week I showed you that I finished the cardinal, and this week I worked on the owls. And I just have that little rectangle in there to finish up.
So fun.
I didn't say, Katie and I went to a hotel on Sunday last week and stayed over and pampered ourselves. And I took this and just got into it. The restaurant in the hotel was called the Three Owls.
Oh,
So it seemed a little appropriate to
Right.
work on it. So it was fun. That one is on 28 count Chrysalis from Picture This Plus. The other one was on 32 count Driftwood from Fabrics by Stephanie. There we go. How's that?
If we ever forget to tell you, again, everything that we worked
Yes.
on and all of the details are in the show notes.
And then Friday was the 25th. And I have a piece I'm working on with my friend Judy, and she came on to Friday night chat. So I had to pull it out. So it's this, a Quaker Christmas. You will really get to see the effects of ice start in the bottom right. I have tiny, tiny little bits of page 4 to do, which is down here at the bottom. And then I will just have page 1 left to finish. So that is it, the whole thing.
Wow.
And I put in a lot. I worked up here, finished up this, put in the tree, put in that little thing. I put in joy, and there's another red letter. Oh, I put in the number 8 up there. Came down here, put in this little snowflake piece, the tree. I just
Wow.
did a lot of stuff on this one. But it is one strand of beautiful floss from Carrie's Creations, over 2 strands of 36 count linen by Weeks Dye Works. And I mean, it's the colorway, I think that's right. It's the colorway linen. I would have to find the bag and see if the tag's still on it. Nope. But that is that. And this one, I always like to say this because since I'm stitching with Judy, this is in a bag from Project Bags by Judy with a cute little red button and red and white stripes inside. And Judy has a Facebook group. So if you're ever interested in this style of project bags, she makes really nice ones. She makes
trays and thread keeps and all sorts of things.
And yes, she's doing the long thread keeps where you hook your ring up in the top and then it's completely covered.
And thread beds that I love for Mill Hill kits. So she's Judy's Project Bags and More.
So, and you know, I don't know if she has questions or not, but if she asks how you heard about it, you can say that you heard from us and she'll let you in. That will be it.
That's right.
So I slept a lot this week. I would pass out in my chair. It was hot. It was really hot.
Nice. And you had your first week with kids.
Yes,
so.
I couldn't catch up because I was just so hot the whole time. So, but that's it for my whips. I did 3.
Yeah, same here. So
did you come up with something else?
Oh no, I have something for plans.
Oh, okay, go.
So my plans are I'm probably going to work more on Gamer Nouveau. I'm going to figure out what I'm doing with Castle Homecoming. But I've been getting a lot of requests from my stitching buddy to start this one. It's Itsy Bitsy Spider from Mill Hill. He saw it and he's like, do Itsy Bitsy Spider, do Itsy Bitsy Spider. Because he loves that song. So I may have to start Itsy Bitsy Spider.
I know we have another plan for September. we had said that on the first day of autumn, we will start. What is it called?
Autumn.
That's right. From Autumn Lane
Yes,
Stitchery.
there you go.
So if you have purchased that and have been waiting for us, then we will be pulling ours out and starting on the first day of autumn.
Yes.
Which means we still have about 4 weeks until that happens, at least 3 weeks. So that's another one for September for us. I am taking my Fun Every Day back to school. I'm looking down here because I pulled the bag out today so that I would remember to take it. I also pulled out my my temperature sal.
Yes.
And I'm going to work on it, and it's down here too. So I just need to figure it out, get all of my temperatures put in so that I know what I'll be stitching and do that. It really doesn't take long to catch up, and I can work some more on the framework. So, and next weekend I'll get an extra day.
Ooh, yes, it's Labor Day.
So I will probably be starting, I'll get all of my threads ready for Winter and Stars Hollow. That will be a big thing, and get them all on the thread drops. And I'm trying to think what other fun plans. I have been wanting to start, I'll put a picture in of the whole thing, but it is Santa's Village from Country Cottage Needleworks. And I found in my stash this really pretty piece of fabric. It is a piece of Picture This Plus, I believe. Oh, it could be Silk Weaver, but it does not have a tag on it anymore. But it's definitely big enough.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
To do. Sorry, Keisha.
That's okay.
I got you. It's definitely big enough to do this, and I think it will be a really pretty background. Now, the Santa's Village charts are all very bright, and that's not, I don't want that bright red and green anymore. That's just not me. I love the little charts. So when we were at Color and Cotton, if I can get a hold of all of these, no, I still don't have them all.
There's a lot.
There are, and you know what? I think I have duplicates of almost everything. So there's twice as many. And one little skein of DMC. Okay. There we go. I have converted this to be a little more muted. But I think it's going to be really pretty together, especially on this fabric. And I'm really excited to start that. So my plan is that I am going to stitch the 2nd through the 5th of every month. That way I still get the 25 in there.
Right.
But my 25 of every month, my 25th of every month is committed to doing my Quaker Christmas. So I didn't want to interrupt that. I didn't want to start on the 1st. I know that a lot of people have things that they start, and September 1st is back to school day for Harry Potter. So
yes,
I think there are a lot of people who start things like that. However, if you have been holding on to this series or another one like it, please feel free to join us. My friend Devi is joining me, and she's actually the one who reminded me that I had said I was going to start this in July.
Oh, well,
and so then she reminded me again at camp or right before camp, and I was like, oh, yes, I have to do it. So this is the plan, and she's going to start with me. And this bag I just got from Lynn with the tea all over it is going to be perfect to house this huge piece of fabric, all of the threads, and all of the charts are in there too.
Wow.
So I need to get all of this ready too. And since it's all fancy floss, I may just put it on a ring and go from there, other than my one little one.
Sounds like a good idea. But
that is my big plan, and that will be next Saturday.
Wow. Yeah. So you'll have good time to work on it.
Yes.
Since you'll have the holiday weekend.
Now, the other thing about next Saturday, and I told you I would tell you about this while we were on here. Katie and I were talking. She's right here. And wave at the people, Katie.
You can't see she's behind us.
So Katie and I were talking, and I was telling her that we're very short on supplies at school.
Mhm.
And we did not get as many donated things this year as we normally do. I work at a Title I school, so it's a lot of times hard for the kids to have all of the supplies that they need. And Katie being Katie said, well, why don't we do something and host an event and get people to donate for school supplies for the kids. So I am working out all the details with my people at school. I think it'll probably go through Amazon. Katie and I are going to host a free chat next Saturday.
Oh, fun.
And we will put it out on the Black Needle Society. I'm sorry, I have a frog all of a sudden. We will put it out on the Black Needle Society with all the details. But if you donate something, Katie is right now sitting over here designing a pattern that she will give away free to anyone who donates and just shows their receipt toward this. So, but you can come chat no matter what. So it's just a fun way for us to be able to do this. And I'm really excited about it because I just love our kids, and it's so cool for them to have the things that they need.
Yes, how cool. Because I mean, I grew up in a family where we relied a lot on some donated school supplies. And so how great, because you know, obviously the kids can't buy them. And
Right.
if you're in a family with a lot of kids, it's a huge expense.
I was telling Katie that the teacher I work with, she got donations from this couple who are former students of hers. So it's kind of fun that they have grown up, gotten married, and they are donating to our school. But she shared with the other people in our suite of offices, and she called this lady over and said, hey, do you need a box of tissues? And the lady picked it up and she said, oh my gosh, it's a brand name. And it's silly. I mean, like, obviously we could afford to bring more things in, but these were donated specifically for our area, right? And we have to have them for the kids. We all see kids regularly, but it seemed like such a silly thing that, oh, there was a brand name thing.
Right.
Not that everything has to be at all, but
yeah, that's nice.
Yes.
Because in tissues,
yes,
you could have sandpaper, nice.
But even adults get excited about the new year thing. So
right.
It's fun though. So that will be our thing. Watch the Black Needle Society. I'm sure Katie will make a post on Instagram and in our Facebook group about the pattern and what our plan is. When we seriously talked about this for about 10 minutes last night on the way home. So we have to flush it out. We'll get the full time, what we're doing, when we're doing it, and then we'll have it out there so that you guys can join us if you'd like to.
Perfect.
So that's it. Do you have anything else?
I don't have anything else. I'm excited about that now.
You can get James out, you know. So I think probably we have rambled long enough.
And it sounds like we're gonna go get up to some shenanigans.
So, oh yeah, because we are off to the quilt store to get some fabric.
And we're having ramen for lunch.
Yes. That's the big exciting thing. So I guess right now there's nothing left to say except bye.
Bye. Have a good week.